Yeah, that's right. We're back in the SR22 with some fancy avionics. Let's fly. Hello, welcome to Raven's Plains. My name is Raven Black. We're here in the SR22 in Georgetown, Texas, and we're going to be flying around using the OBS setting again, this time in the SR22. It works a little bit differently than Tuesday's live stream, which was in the Lancair Legacy RG. Yeah, the setup's a little bit different. Also, I'm going to show you how to line up the airports a little bit better, or line up the runways, I should say, a little bit better. And it should be a pretty interesting flight. It's early morning, so we'll get on our way. All right, let's get in the plane here, and seems a little laggy. Wonder why that is. Oh, I think I know why. 1 second. Yep, that's why. Much better. And you probably want to see what's going on. So I think that should do it. All right. Let me get situated here. And we'll get YouTube in the plane here so you can follow along. There you guys are. Don't need that thing. So yeah, we're in Georgetown, early morning, and we're gonna pull up our checklist here and get on our way. Checklist. I have a new SR22 checklist here. All right, pre-flight's done. We're on engine start. And actually, we'll leave that open for now. So battery 1, 2 on. Strobe coming on. There it is. Whoops. There she is. All right, strobe on. Prop 2 full. Mixture. Oh, okay, we're doing mixture lean. I have a new prop full. That doesn't even need to be there. I was setting up something different here, and we're gonna move this to here. Whoops, my Oculus controller is a little sticky for some reason here. All right, and yeah, so a new startup procedure. Usually it's full mixture and everything. I heard you could actually start it better by adding mixture as you're turning the key, which I will insert in there. So we'll try that. All right, prime for 3 seconds. Oh wait, I want to make sure we have fuel. We're a little low on fuel, so I'm going to open up the aircraft window here. I don't want persistent any of this. Everything should be okay, I hope. We're going to fill the tabs. And we'll add me in here. May take a while. All right. Now that I'm adding here, and we have fuel, and we're on the left tank here. Okay, fuel pump. 1, 2, 3. Switch to boost. Then we're gonna go clear prop. And mixture. Yeah, she's still. There she goes. That wasn't so bad. And we want her up about. 1100 or so. All right, so she started rolling her up 2x. Fuel pump. Boost off. 1, 2 avionics. Oh, and the starter I can hear. I was gonna turn that off. When I use this thing, the honeycomb doesn't snap back automatically. Alright, so we're gonna get our flight plan in here. Get this stuff online. On this one, on this one, we're just going to put in the airport, which is KRYW. Enter. Okay. Have that. This is the screen I want for it. This one doesn't do anything with OBS. It only happens on this one. And so our flight plan for this is going to be a little different. We're going to type in KRYW. Pull this one up. And we're going to do waypoint info. Open this up. Find the runway we want, which is 15. We're going to go to procedures. Actually, no, we're just going to go to 15. So, the sun's coming up. We're going to go back to here, do OBS, which that is GTU. Oh, I know what I didn't do right. No, it's active. Activate leg. Oops. Activate leg. Yes. Oh, okay, there we go. Now it's active. Now I can go back here. Flip on the OBS, which is not using my airport for some reason. That's interesting. Oh, I bet. Yes. Well, we're gonna do this in the air, I think, because let's see. Yes. I hit OBS. And then we want to change this to this one. And we want to, well, I've done this before. Why is this this one? Oh, here we go. And then change. Yeah, this is working now. Change. So, this is the weird thing with this. And the incline went completely away. As you can see, I'm lining it up with the runway, but I want this to say 150. So now it's perfectly lined up. And you can see as I rotate this, it rotates it in the GPS. So unlike the Link Air Legacy, where I could just type in 150 for runway 15, I actually have to go into here and rotate this to 150 to line up the OBS with that runway. So now we have that. We're going to set up the autopilot here. Autopilot's already on, that's weird. Flight director, and we want to go to 2500. That's 3, that's 2, 500. We're going to climb at 500 feet per minute, and now we can do vertical speed and altitude. And that should be set up right. I'm actually going to hit the heading bug, but I'm going to line up on the runway when we get there. We should probably get the ATIS for this airport. Oops. I go back to waypoint info, frequencies, ATIS. Swap.
Breakaway park weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 11,500 scattered, 19,000 scattered, temperature 13, dew point -14. Altimeter 2992.
2992, alright. Good to know. What is this? This is new. This must have been added. They did do a... Oh, wow. They did do an update to this. Passenger briefing. Wow, that was interesting. They added those few other screens to this plane. Alright, so that's all set up. We are ready to go. Do takeoff flaps. We'll close the door. And we want, oops, taxi lights. We're gonna turn the pitot heat on. And we got 2992. I want to make sure I set that. I'm gonna tap the brakes. Oh, that's right. This one doesn't do tap the brakes. Turn the brake off. Oh, and I drive with the brakes too. Gotta remember to do that. Because the cast string wheel. And we'll head on out. Early morning flight. Pretty clear skies. Over this autopilot set. All right, taxi lights, flaps, trim. Yep. And I forgot to add the takeoff list. Bounce around a little bit here. Alright, check for traffic. Not seeing any. Make sure the stream's going good. Alright, everything's good. So, mixture to fuel, or full boost pump on. We've got takeoff flaps set. Line up here. I'm actually going to do a stop here. And we're going to go heading. Boom. Perfect. And with that, add some power here. And we got airspeed alive. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And she gets this right off. Adjust the trim here. That's the rate of climb. And we'll do flaps up. Now we are going to do heading and autopilot. We're going to come straight out of here. And we're climbing now at 500 feet per minute up to 2,500 feet. And now I'm going to start turning with just the heading bug. I like how the link here does it, so you don't have to do this, you just kind of hold that direction and it goes faster. So now I'm going to slow her down a little bit here. And landing lights coming off, fuel pump coming off. And we're going to turn a little bit more. What I want to do is I'm heading for this kind of spot here. So I'll just keep turning this. Yeah, there we go. Roughly, I'm going a little bit farther. And over the lake over here. Alright, so now we're going to fly to this point, and then, which we set up using the OBS, which draws the line straight off the airport at 150 to land on runway 15. So that flaps up. That's good. Things in the green. And still climbing out a little. Yeah, a little bit of a hazy morning, but not so bad. I can actually put the headphones on here so you can hear me better. There we go. It quiets everything up pretty well. Oh yeah, the sun's coming up now. Luckily we're not flying directly into it, so we're almost to 2,500 feet. So we can, I believe, bring the power back a little to 25, roughly. Nice cruise speed, doing about 140 knots. Where's my ground speed? It's on here. 146 knots. Not so bad. That's a terrain caution, but we are above the terrain, so it should be fine. And yeah, so we're flying out. We're gonna meet up with this magenta line. I'm actually gonna turn us just slightly this way, just to cut this a little bit shorter. Yeah, we'll cut that a little bit shorter, and then should be on the approach. So now that we're at 2,500, we're going to want to go down to 1,500 at about 500 feet per minute. Oops. There we go. So when I do intercept the course for runway 15, we'll start descending as well. And I'll slow the plane down too. Should be a good landing. Early morning here. Yeah, I've come up with some really good settings for X-Plane. As you can see, it's just solid 45. Solid 45 on takeoff. Whoops. Yeah, they optimized a lot of stuff in this plane. It flies really well. This is the Torquesim SR22TN Entegra, which has the Avidyne avionics, and then also you can add the GTN 750 and 650, which I really love flying with. So yeah, it says we're flying away from our point, which is true. But you can see it on here. There's the magenta line. We're making our way over to it. Make a little turn here as we get closer. I want to give myself enough room to maneuver the plane around, straighten out, flaps, you know, whole nine, slow her down. I'm going to need enough time to do all that. All this is fine. Hope you're all doing great today. Flying planes. Yep. So, still doing 140 knots. Everything looks good over here. 25 exactly. Which I'm guessing that was the lean assist. 149 knots ground speed. So everything's looking good. I'm gonna switch tanks here, so boost pump on, and then we'll switch over to the other one. Minor adjustments here and there, but everything looks good. Boost pump coming off. Yep, a train warning, that's nothing. So our runway is over there, kind of in those hills. You can see the traffic down there. And so now that we've come up to this magenta line, we'll do nav. And nav. Okay, it was set to do nav. We're set to start coming down. Alright, so we're turning towards runway 15, or towards the heading of 150. She slowly comes all the way around. Oh, that's interesting. So the autopilot's kind of fudging it a little. Should get another turn in here soon. I do 120. Oh, she didn't drop. So I guess I gotta do vertical speed and altitude. There she goes. Interesting. It was strange the nav button turned blue, so I don't know what it was trying to do. Oh, actually, I think I'm supposed to be on GPSS. I think. We'll see if it turns. It's coming up to the magenta line. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Oh, crap. I hate when I open these things. Go away. She should. Okay. So now she is gonna follow it. But yeah, I think I want to be in GPSS mode. And we are coming down, so I'll start slowing her down. Going down 500 feet per minute. That's all correct. Wow, she just really slowly kind of turns towards this. That's interesting. Oops, what a little slow. I want to stay around 115, 120. We come down to 1500, which is coming up. Wow, she just very, very slowly turns. The link air would just turn and lock on. That's interesting that this thing just does a very, very slow turn. Make sure everything's looking good still. 117 coming up on 1500, which is pretty low here. You can see the trees out there. Probably should have stayed at about 2,000, but all right. And we're increasing speed here, so I'm gonna slow her down a little bit more. A little too much. We'll get her back up a little. And now we're gonna look for the airport, which is 7 nautical miles. I thought it'd be closer. So yeah, it's a little ways up here. We're gonna skim these trees a little bit on the way in here. 6 miles. And you can see the sun peeking through the clouds a little bit. Early morning here. If you like how these trees look, on my website I have a really simple fix to fix how the trees look in default X-plane, where they're single planes. These are all crosses, so they look a lot fuller, a lot better. You can download that at ravenssimulations.com, and it's a free download. It's right on the front page. But yeah, it definitely fixes a lot of how the vegetation in X-plane look. And it's a pretty simple fix too. It's pretty much changing some text files. Alright, so we are definitely coming up on the airport in 4 miles. So I can't quite see it just yet. Got another ravine here. But yeah, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. And join the Discord. I share a lot of different stuff on there. When I'm flying, when I'm testing out. So 3 nautical miles. Keeping our eyes peeled for the airport here. I think that's it over on the left there. Oh, actually dead in front of me. Right there. It's taking me to the end of the runway. We're going to turn off the autopilot now. We're going to slow her down a little bit. Start coming down. We're going to do one set of flaps. And try to line up with this. Go full flaps. Yep. Alright. There we go. Coming in nice. We get a nice roll here. Ooh, I got a bounce on that. Oof. Not so bad. At the brakes here. Got some traffic at this airport. It's like a... So yeah, that's OBS and flying to an airport. Now you'll notice that it was off a bit from the runway, and I had to adjust fairly quickly, and that can get kind of annoying in a fast plane, especially something like this plane. And so I'm going to show you how to fix that on the next flight here. We're going to slow her down. Want to keep her above 1,000. There we go. Put the parking brake on. Alright. And I forgot to turn the boost pump on, the lights on, because I don't have a takeoff or a landing checklist, which I should add on to that. So that's a note for me. Alright, so we're going to fly to 3RYW. So we're going to do delete flight plan. Yep. And so we are at KRYW. Whoops. Backspace. KRYW. We're at Lago Vista. And we are going to... actually, I want to go back here. Yeah, we're going to go Waypoint Info, Airport. And we're going to look up 3R9, which is Lakeway, which is where we're headed. And I want to look at the runway. So we're going to be landing on 16. I want to look at the procedures. RNAV for 16. And we're going to check out this procedure here. And so if you look at this, the RNAV point right before runway 16 is CEPIR. And this is a point directly in front of the runway. So when we came in here, the reason it was off a little bit is that I need to add a little power so the alt goes off. The reason it was off a little bit, it was picking the center point of the airport and then drawing the runway off that, runway 15. And so the center of the airport is somewhere on the other side of that hangar. So it was off as we were coming in, like I was off to the right a little bit. It wasn't directly lined up. But if you go and look at an RNAV approach for the runway you want to land at, you could just use the CEPIR point as the point you're going to fly to. So we're going to do that. Go back in our flight plan, add a waypoint. CEP right here. Alright, we're just going to activate this leg. Yep. And then we're going to go back. We can see that this is going directly. Oops, let's zoom out a bit. Directly to that point. And then we can add the airport right after that. So that'd be 3R9 Lakeway. So now when we look at this, there's that point, directly lines up with the runway. The cool thing is we are going to now take this and go OBS mode and go over to this one here, which is at 191. Whoops, I need to click that. Nope. I was moving the wrong one. So we want to change this here. Okay, now it's updating. We want to change this to 160. 160. And now you can see over here, the magenta line's directly lined up. So we're just going to take off and intercept that line and head straight into the airport. And straight on at 16. We shouldn't be off at all when we get there. So we'll see how this goes. So that's all signed up, or all done. Please make my flaps go up. Thank you. Can I actually rotate? Oh no, they didn't change it. Weird. I can rotate it up, but I have to click on the lights on the way down. All right. We're gonna swap tanks. Oh, boost pump. Swap tanks. Make sure everything's still running. We're gonna do landing lights, taxi lights on, and we should be good to go. Right, mixture full rich. Boost pumps on. Parking brake off. And we'll taxi on back out here into this nice morning sky we have going on here. Oops. Can I get some power? Thank you. There we go. Line up on this runway here. All right. All lined up. We are ready to go. So airspeed is alive. We got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Off we go. And, you know, of course, I forgot to do something on the way out of here, but that's all right. This plane has an awesome thing. So now that we're gaining some speed, I'm just going to kind of go up to about 16 or 17, somewhere in here. And all you have to do is press the level and maintain speed. And so now we're gaining some speed stuff, but I do want to go up to 2,500 at 500 feet per minute, which I didn't set up. And we'll do the heading bug straight out what we got going on now, so I can actually go heading, vertical speed, altitude, and now we're going to climb up. And now I'm going to turn us on the heading over to our magenta line while we climb on out of here. I think this thing zoomed quite a ways out, but kind of head down towards it. So, and we're headed out over that way. Oh, that was weird. I got a little bump. A little tracking bump. So once we get closer to this line here, I'm going to do GPSS, and it'll start heading toward this line. We're at 23, still climbing, 500 feet per minute. Everything looks good over here. We'll set up for cruise speed once we get to altitude. Which we're at now. And so I'm gonna press the GPSS, and she's gonna turn and line us up for the runway, which is a ways out, about 4 nautical miles. So actually, with that information, I'm gonna want to go down to 1,500 at 500 feet per minute in just a bit. We're lined up here at 149. Looks like the GPS is going to come back at it. Yep, she's turned just slightly. This autopilot is very subtle. As you can feel it just kind of, and you can see it too, 151. It's going to do this really slow turn to 160. Well, that's fine. 3 nautical miles. Yep, we're going to start heading down. We're going to start slowing the plane down. We're doing 160 knots. We're going to start slowing down over here to hit this runway. And this way you could just hit this magenta line from anywhere you're at. Doesn't matter how far out you are. You don't have to fly the procedure, which all the points are fairly close and fairly close to the airport. You can just kind of cruise along knowing that you're going to come straight in. And as you can see right now, we are now at 160, flying directly at runway 16. Coming down at 500 feet per minute. I'm going to slow her down. I mean, we don't even have time really to turn the landing lights off or boost pump. This airport is very close to the one we just came from, so. We're gonna down. And we're at 1500. We are, oh, it's 5.8 nautical mile. Why is the distance going up? Oh, this one's not, the flight plan is incorrect. That's why I forgot to set this one up correctly. Delete. We were at KRYW. We're going to, oops, not that, backspace. Numbers, 3, letters are numbers, 9. Lakeway. So now 1.8 nautical miles. And she is right there. And we are off just slightly again. Weird. OBS and X-Plane. I don't know if we can do one set of flaps here. I don't know this is how it works in real life, that it's off just slightly. Seems a little odd to me. We're gonna do full flaps. I mean, we're close enough. It's not that big a deal, but this one's a shorter runway, so I like to make sure I'm staying slow. Went down kind of steep. There we go. Keep bouncing it a little bit. There we go. Nice little landing here at 3R9. That was really, really short trip. Yeah, not a long flight, but again, setting up the OBS off the RNAV point in front of the runway, we did end up being closer to being lined up with the runway. I actually wanted to make that one, but we will pull off over here for a second. Oops, keep forgetting cast ring. Drive up on this hill. Turned around. We're not technically clear of the runway, but that's all right for the moment. Actually, I will go get clear of the runway here. It's good practice not to sit in the runway and piss everyone off. So we'll wheelie over here. It's super tight in this area. Spinner around here. All right. Parking brake on. So, one last one. Where should we go? Should we fly out to Austin? I think we should. So, we're gonna go flight plan. We're gonna go new. Delete this one. We are at 3R9. We are gonna go to, isn't it KAUS? Yes. And we're gonna look this up, look at the waypoint info. Runways. We want to land, thinking on 17 left. Procedures. Approaches, RNAV 17 left, and we are going to want DD22. DD2. So we go back and add a waypoint. GTOO. Don't know if this, no, that's not what we want. And, oh, okay, yeah, so what I'm supposed to do is click that, insert before, DDTO, boom. Then activate leg. There we go. All set up. This one I gotta change to delete. We're at 3R9 heading to AUS, right? Nope, it's not gonna find KAUS. Thank you. Done. We are 19 nautical miles away. And as we look at this, what was the runway we're landing on again? 17, 17, right? So we do OBS. We click on this guy here, GPS, rotate this around to 170. And if we zoom out, I want to show you this again. There's that line. As I rotate this, it's rotating that line. So we're going over to 170. So boom, that should be directly off the runway we're going to be landing at. We're going to fly, looks like we're going to fly directly over Austin too, and check that out. So this could be a good flight. See, I want takeoff flaps, boost pumps on, switching tanks, mixture full, lights on, and let's get on our way. Oh, not yet. Just did it again, right? So we want to go to 2,500 feet. At 500 feet per minute. And once I line up, I'm going to get the heading bug set up. So, parking brake off. Alright, we're going to line up here. There we go. Whoa, that castering wheel. Does some weird stuff with the brakes. So, heading bug, boom, set. So, we are going to do heading, vertical speed, altitude. And so, now let's get out of here. Adding some power. Ooh, that's my bad. 40. 50, 60, 70, and we are off. Smooth takeoff. Oh yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, some great scenery out here. So I can do autopilot. It's going to fly the heading and get us up to 2,500. And I'm going to start our turn right now. We're going to head towards that magenta line we're chasing. And kind of meet up somewhere in here. But we should fly right over Austin. So that'll be cool. We can turn a little bit more. There we go. Nice little VR flight. I'm just checking on the stream, looking at the ceiling to you guys, but I'm looking at my stream to make sure I'm still live. So yeah, here we go. And this should be lined up with 17. I'm gonna dip it down a little bit more. There we go. 120. Oh, we're still climbing. That's right. So yeah, we have just enough fuel to get to Austin. But yeah, this makes flying to any airport you want pretty easy. Especially if you're just cruising around. You want to do some takeoffs and landings, but you don't want to have to sit down and file an entire flight plan. It should be pretty easy to fill out for X-Pilot too if you want to fly in VATSIM. You're just putting in the airport VFR and getting some little bit more advanced avionics and direction for your flight. We head on out over towards Austin. It should be over here somewhere. See how it looks, see how the frames look when we get closer to it. So speed her up a little bit. Oh, I have the flaps down. That's my bad. Flaps up. That's the off. Boost pump off. There we go. I really need that checklist after takeoff. So, note taken. Definitely be adding that to all my checklists. So we're gonna get up here. I'm gonna pull this back to 25. 25. There we go. 25, 25. A nice cruise speed of about 152 knots and a ground speed about 157. So not so bad. I'm gonna turn her in just a little bit more. And we're gonna get ready for landing as well. So we're gonna go down to 1,500 feet at 500 feet per minute. So that's all set up when I need to start heading down, slowing the plane down. Nice little flyover here on the way to the Austin airport. Where'd that river go? Because, oh, Austin's over there. Huh. So we're actually gonna head that way a little. Just that's the cool thing about this. I can pick up this line at any point, so I might as well pick it up over by downtown Austin. There we go. Yeah, there's the city. Yep. Well, 14 nautical miles away. I'll even turn just over there. And we're gonna pick up that line almost directly on that point. That should be fun. There's the airport. So if I did that line, look at how far off I'd be if I did the line off the airport instead of off the RNAV point. Because I think that the point for the GPS point for the airport is like dead center, which is not on any runway. So there's downtown Austin as the sun comes in, early morning Austin. Frame rate's dropping down a little bit, flying it into the city here. Went down to like 41. I think it's loading stuff in. Yeah. That's bouncing around a little. Close enough to this line. I'm curious as to what the here, let's do it. Plane's gonna do. Okay. She picked her own point. You can see downtown Austin over there. Looks like one of the stadiums. Yeah, some of the buildings and stuff over there. Yeah, definitely, that's a stadium. Cool. So that was a freeware add-on for Austin that I got off xplane.org. So it's a little framey. You know, I can dip it into 36s looking at it, but it looks good though. And then I'm back up into the 45s the second I look this way. So, GPSS is on. So it's flying towards the magenta line, and she should start, you know, banking over and turning onto it and lining us up with a runway. At this point, I'm going to turn on our vertical speed and altitude so we can start descending, and also slowing the plane down a little. We are 6 miles out. Yeah, look at all that. That's cool. Yeah, this autopilot, see how it's just slightly turning? You can see the numbers. It's just barely turning. So smooth. This plane would be great for tours. You know, flying people around that don't like the hard banks and things like that of some of the other planes. We can turn the autopilot on and just F-15's its way over to the point. Oh, there's our runway right there. Dead on, all lined up, ready to go, doing 100 knots. Alright, we'll turn the autopilot off. We'll hand fly this one in. We'll do one set of flaps already. We'll do landing lights, fuel pump on. Tank's good. We get a nice long approach. We come down, we're still a little, well, we're at 1400 now. 100 knots for right now. Yeah, she landed, or flew us right up to the runway there. Oh, there's the tower coming into view. Right. Try not to stall her, that would be bad. Working the trims here. And about ready, we can do full flaps. This could be the slowest landing ever without stalling. I want to clear the numbers at 80. Runway 17 right here. Clearing the numbers at about 85. Hold her out. Just down. Beautiful. So, welcome to Austin International. I think we can probably hit this first one for the taxi. Yeah. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go from here. I'm not familiar with the taxiways here. I think just straight ahead. Possibly. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, they have some crazy massive taxiways here. But we made it to Austin using the OBS mode, flying all over Austin area anyway. And yeah, I can park right up here. So, landing lights, whoops. We'll leave the taxi lights on. I can do the flaps back up. They bounce all over the place. Oops, come on. What are you doing to me? Turn in here. Park over by the TBMs. Or King Airs, I should say. Big TBMs from the back. There we are. All lined up. Parking brake on. Well, I hope these flights showed you how to use the OBS mode, make your VFR flights a little bit more enjoyable, easier to navigate. And thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the skies.